we continue to watch for the risk of something developing out here in the Western Pacific by the end of April, heading into the start of May. Now, we do have a couple tropical waves. One actually over Yap and Palau, increasing rain showers for Mindanao. But what I'm watching, it's this broad area of rotation way back here, south and east of Guam. So we got a couple areas here, and you know what, even though we're watching this area for maybe development, there's a lot of convection, which is showing we're entering a kind of a positive phase of the MJO. We're getting a lot of more moisture out here. We're just changing up with the seasons. So let's talk about this. And first off, let's look at some of our long range guidance. First, switching over here to the GFS, that's the Global Forecasting System. This is showing the 3rd into the 4th. Yeah, a little circulation out there east of Visayas. This is not anything intense. I mean, that's showing the winds. Here's what the precip looks like. This would be more of a tropical depression. Now, with the Climate Prediction Center, it's kind of interesting. Somebody pointed out this to me. Casper said this probably is the first Northern Hemisphere kind of red hashed out area for 2025. Yeah, we have an area out here. It's saying there is that 20% chance of something developing in the Philippine Sea from the 23rd to the 29th. So there definitely is that potential there. Here's a look at the ECMWF ensemble. Give you an idea. See right there, it kind of shows something on the 26th east of Mindanao, and even puts a bigger cluster in the West Philippine Sea as we go ahead through the 1st of May. And the GFS has been very similar, kind of popping something out there. Now, none of the models are going full-blown, straight-up typhoon at this point, but a lot of them are leaning in more on the chance of a tropical system, maybe a depression or something like that. But granted, it is that time of year, and I say that every time, but we have rather warm sea surface temperatures out here. It's actually above average in about this big swath right here, about above average sea surface temperatures at this time. So anything entering into that area definitely could run into plenty of energy, especially if the atmospheric conditions allow. You have that moisture and that low level circulation, and you don't really have a lot of shear aloft. And if we continue to keep this subtropical ridge towards the north of Guam and really the Mariana Islands, that will allow for good exhaust aloft and low vertical wind shear. Point is, plenty to watch here around the Western Pacific between this area and our tropical wave, which that wave in itself is still bringing in moisture actually separately to parts of Mindanao here. You can actually see that moisture set up. Some spots could see as much as 10 to 30 millimeters. Although north of that, we have the rainy season front, and then you can just see the big dry pocket smashed in for a good portion of the Philippines here. In fact, on our flyover, you can kind of see where the rain is into Mindanao. But then once we get back towards Visayas, and if you look out towards northern areas of Luzon, yeah, there's plenty of sunshine, and the heat is definitely setting in. But speaking of, at least the weather is kind of nice here on your Easter holiday. Got a few people sent in some amazing photos from around the Philippines here. This one out of Manila, beautiful spot as well right here. That was a sunset on Saturday night. This is out of Siargao, another gorgeous shot. I just put on my Facebook page, Robert's Better Weather, if you don't follow me there, saying, hey, how's the weather in your neighborhood, guys? And my goodness, a lot of great shots, a lot of great images, and I love y'all sharing your weather reports with me. So pretty good idea of what's happening out there, and a lot of dry conditions and that heat remaining in place. So just remember about that heat index. Once we get those temperatures up into the 40s, where in a lot of spots they are, it could be dangerous at times, especially if you're outside pushing yourself, which I know a lot of people do, because we all got to work and we all got to make that money, right? But yeah, big thanks for everybody. Speaking of work and making that money, everybody who supports this channel on our Patreon. I hope, I've been saying this for years, but it may happen sooner than later. You never know where I can do this full time, and if I do, I will definitely be asking for more assistance. But right now, we got enough people on Patreon where it allows me to continue to make these updates and the graphics packages and everything, but it does not pay the bills, but allows me to continue to do it at the level that I currently am. I mean, even something like the subscription to weather models, where I use this graphic right here, cost money. That's like 20 bucks a month, you know. And then of course the data for Metro Weather, which is all of this stuff to make it look super cool, and you got these flyovers and everything, that costs money. And then, you know, these graphics, like this stuff, that does. Point is, big thanks for everybody on Patreon who supports our channel and just makes all of that possible for me. So hopefully we can help some people out when typhoon season comes, which could be sooner than later as we continue to watch the tropics. Stay safe out there, friends.